I'll be playing a beat and something, and Mosey he's on his phone quiet for like 5 minutes. And then he comes up to me, he's like whispers in my ear, he's like, listen to this, like some melody. And the flow and the melody just together over the beat, I was like, bro, how did you even come up with that in like 2 seconds too?
Bitches change, yeah, I like I ain't all this. Getting money, nigga, that my main focus. With 223, and you act like you don't know this. Go part of beam, and my niggas always rollin'. Yo, tweaking, me and KK, why we always geeking?
I met Mosey like 2 years ago, and like I just really like believed in him. He felt the same, so like, yo, we're about to just grind this out, and now here we are today. We made this track like a year ago, 2017. Like we had like a rough idea. The older one was slower. It wasn't fully fleshed out.
Bitches switched up and act like I ain't know who this. I just run it up cause that's the main focus.
But we knew like the potential of the song, and we knew the lyrics were fire. We know it's about to be a hit. We just needed, there's just a couple things that we need to do.
I don't know how to face it, God.
When I first started Noticed, I started with the keys. We basically already had this melody from the old idea, but what I did was I pitched it up 1 semitone just to give it a new vibe and a little more energy. I just chose a piano that was like super kind of like anthemic. Yeah, I just added reverb, chorus, just to kind of spread it a little bit, and then I EQ'd it following. I have 2 synths basically on top of the keys. The first one is this like Nexus sound, which I also thought was big, full. And then the second one was from Tone 2 Electrax. And then these 2 synths on top of the keys is what I use to really make it just go like this instead of it being like this. Before everything dropped, I added a hat, which is a different pattern than like the drop hat pattern. The blue one is the like build up hat pattern basically, and it sounds like this. Yeah, it's really just for getting ready to drop. And then to drop, it's pretty much just like 4 on the floor. Instead of just like straight hats, I added like a little bit of velocity changes on every single one. It felt more like a real hat instead of just like a computerized hat. That's why I added a little velocity in those ones. Yeah, and then after the beat drops, I have 3 hats and 2 open hats. I just thought they worked well together. Instead of having it just be straight, like 16th notes, I just have like more hat rolls and stuff. And then the open hat just kind of gives it that like bounce. It really does feel like puzzle pieces. Like it just, once I put all the pieces together, it's fine. And then what I did was I added the 808. And like once I added the 808s, I knew it was like, yeah, this is filthy. I wanted to make sure that everyone could hear the bass. And to do that, I boosted this mid-range frequencies because the low was already set, but I really wanted to make sure that people could hear like the higher frequencies in the bass because this is a cool ass 808 too. And I also wanted to make sure like even on iPhones and shit like that, you could hear the bass, you know, that's why I added this EQ. On top of the 808, I added a kick. The kick and the 808 together. But then I added a snare. There's one more sound that I don't think a lot of people know about. Every time the 1 hits, like it just hits even harder. And then of course, at the end, I always add a tag.
Hey, what you did right here?
That tag is from like this old ass song that's not even released. Mosey just like, I don't know why he said it, but he just said, "Hey Royce, you did it right here," like before he recorded. And we were like, damn, that's filthy, I'm about to use that. I was like, bro, that's fire, I'm about to use that in all my beats now. Throughout the song, in the verses, and before all the beat drops, I pitched down the keys an octave, but I didn't do it the conventional way. How I really did it was I used gross beat, and the only reason why I did that is just because it sounded cool, to be honest. So the last thing I did once I had the full beat and everything was like fleshed out, it sounded fire. It's like part of my signature sound, but I always be like cutting out the beat and then bringing it back. That's what this automation right here is. It just like keeps that energy going, and so that's why like I always be adding the drops.
You was saying, but you switch up cause I'm next star. I got link and some 40 in my red car. Bitches change, they act like I ain't know this.
When we do shows, everything, like everyone's screaming that because they know it's about to drop next, you know?
Need a bigger revenue, so I said tryna settle you.
This is the climax, you know? So we're taking it all the way down,
You can't roll with buzz with me, cause we gon' blast at 22.
and then it's gonna go all the way back up again.
I said you know, yeah. I turn heads when I roll through, yeah.
That's the other reason why everything is just in one. I use one DAW, only Ableton. Everything's all Ableton is because I build the beat first, then the vocals come on, and then I build the beat around the vocals a little bit more too, just to seal the deal. So yeah, here's the final beat. When I hear this instrumental, to be honest, I just hear like arenas. It's just like anthemic, you know?
But now we all know words getting faded, paying. Sweaty bitches, they always praying.
It was just music that like after we recorded it, like I wanted to keep listening to it, you know? It was hella catchy. I was like, bro, this is some like good ass music that we're making right now. And I just knew that like it was only a matter of time before everyone knows it, you know?
You can't roll with buzz with me, cause we gon' blast at 22. You know, I said you know, yeah. I turn heads when I roll through,